Hello, welcome to My Sustainable Life. So I wanted to get on and talk a little bit about my post yesterday and about how I had posted and just asked, think about the item or the activity or the food you eat that you do that makes you feel guilty, that you feel like you shouldn't be doing, or, anything like that. And then I wanted to build on that today and talk about why. Why do you feel guilty when you do whatever it is that you're doing? And the reason for that is a lot of times we have concepts of things that are healthy that aren't necessarily true. And the word healthy is it's used in such a poor way anymore. It really means something different to every single person, And I remember somebody saying to me once, well, I'd love to have a bagel, but they're so fattening. And it was like, well, no, they really aren't. Like, bagels are bad for some people because there's gluten in them. They're processed. They're not whole food. It's pure carbs. You're probably going to eat it with, cream cheese, which is more processed foods, or butter, which, where we were, there was no like grass-fed organic butter. So yeah, that would be a poor food choice, but not because it's fattening. And we have so many concepts about that's not healthy for you, but nobody knows why. They read a blog post somewhere and somebody said something and now people are confused, And so, raw honey, that's another one. Raw honey helps you with allergies if you eat it and it's raw from your own community. So people think if it's raw honey, but it's from somebody else's community, then it's not good for me. No, it's still just as good. It just isn't going to help you with your specific seasonal allergies in your specific community. So it's interesting to me how much we have these concepts about healthy. And so we have all these people running around feeling guilty for things that they're doing that aren't even a problem, and like low fat. Sugar-free, honestly, as bad as what sugar is, the items that are in sugar-free items are way worse for you than if you go sugar-free. So the concept of sugar-free, all natural flavoring, those can be really bad for you too. And so they use these words that make us think that we're being healthy when we're not being healthy at all. And, so, I just want to point out that make sure that what you're striving for is something that is healthy, that is actually good for you, and do your research on those things. And then to top that off, like point number 2 in this whole thing, make sure that it's where you want your lifestyle to go. You need to look down the road and see where you're headed in your life, what you want your children's life to look like, what you want your life, your husband's life to look like. And you need to make goals to get to that point. And then you need to make those happen. Don't be striving for something because the world, and I don't mean world as in like Christian, non-Christian. I mean, the whole world says that you should or shouldn't do that. When my brother was a baby, everyone was feeding their kids soy milk. And then it swung back the other way to where soy milk was actually really bad for a lot of kids. So it's be careful not to do things just because the whole world is doing it and saying that it's healthy or not healthy. Because that's not true either, and you need to make sure that you're doing something that is going to fit with what you're looking for your family. And that goes with food, that goes with lifestyle, that goes with finances, that goes with everything. And that's part of this whole May motivation theme that I'm kind of going for this month is you have to do what you have to do for your family. And you have to make your goals happen so that way you can get to where you want to go. And that can be anything, anything. I had a goal when I was a teenager to buy our house outright in cash, never have a mortgage. And my husband and I were able to make that happen. I mean, glory be to God, that was not us. but we did things that other people aren't willing to do. We saved a lot of money. We lived with my in-laws for 2 years, which I have amazing in-laws, but it was not an easy thing. We didn't go out and just purchase a home. You know, we saved and fought and scrimped, and we bought a house that had no running water. I washed laundry by hand for 6 months because we were so poor when we got here. So most people would have looked at that and said, there's no way I'm going to buy a house from a bank where the water and the electricity isn't turned on, and I don't know if it's going to last. Like, what's going to happen when we turn it on, you know? And sure enough, there was a leak when we turned it on, and it was very interesting, but we lived and we made it. And in the end, it turned out to be a very good purchase. But what I'm saying is, you have to make your lifestyle that you want. You have to make that happen through the goals that you want to have happen. And we need to stop looking around at the rest of the world and saying, you know, it's not very cool to live off the grid. It's not very cool to live self-sustainably. It's not very cool to live in a van. You know, what will people think if they find out that I'm doing this thing, whatever it is? It doesn't matter. It's what do you want out of your life? We live in America. I mean, it's not like we live in some country where we're going to get killed for doing something, you know? Like, we live in America where you can do, as long as it's like legal and you're not murdering somebody or robbing a bank, you know, you can do whatever you want to do as far as your lifestyle goes. So make that happen. Make a plan and make that happen. But don't try to go sugar-free because the world says you need to go sugar-free. Go sugar-free because you want to, because you want more energy, because you want to feel good, because you want to stop autoimmune disease before it happens, because you don't want to be diabetic. Stop gluten because you see what it does to your gut and you're tired of, like, the problems that happen in the bathroom afterwards. Stop gluten because of that. You know, start exercising daily because you want to look better and feel better. Not because you want to be skinny and like fit on a magazine photo, but because of what you want out of your life. You know, I want to be able to go hiking. Like, I want to be able to play with my kids and my dogs in the yard kind of thing and be able to get up afterwards and walk away and not be like, oh, you know, that really hurts. Because that's where I'm at right now. I'm at the point where I get up off the ground and it really hurts, and it shouldn't be like that. And so that's what I'm headed for. But it's because that's what I want. It's not because of what's on the magazine photos. So look at your goals and look at what you're feeling guilty about and those guilty pleasures, and make sure that it fits in what you want for your life, and make sure that what you're going for adds up to what you're going for, because you want to make sure that you're headed in the direction you want to be in, and not just that you feel guilty for what other people think. You know, there have been times where I go shopping for a party and I feel guilty because people are looking at what's in my cart, because I have a cart full of, you know, ice cream and soda and a cake and whatever. It's none of their business. It doesn't matter. That's not how I eat 99% of the time. It's okay. I'm going to be giving it away to other people when it's done, you know? The point is, do what you want to do for your life and make your lifestyle happen, and don't feel guilty because of what other people put on you, and don't make what other people or what the media or what a blog post or what the latest headline on the morning news says is good. Don't make that about your life, because that's how you fall into that guilt trap of, I had a candy bar and I really shouldn't have. No, chalk it up to self-care and keep going. It's not that big of a deal. Just keep going. Keep going towards your goal and make it your lifestyle, and stop making other people's goals your goals, and you'll see that guilt goes away. So anyway, I will stop preaching. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you're in Minnesota, it's a beautiful day out there. I hope you enjoy the sunshine, or I hope wherever you're at, it's a beautiful day. So anyway, I will talk to you all later, and have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Okay, bye.